When AI takes the center stage, computing power has become the new energy of the world. Yet this energy is monopolized by a few tech giants. Over 80% of global high-performance GPUs are controlled by NVIDIA, AWS, and Google Cloud. Meanwhile, vast amounts of idle GPUs and CPUs are being wasted. Ordinary users are excluded from this new energy economy. This is why the CA supercomputing protocol, Pact, was born. Pact, a decentralized supercomputing protocol built on botchain and real-world compute power. Botchain connects idle global computing power directly with demand-side users, enabling free circulation and fair value return of computing resources. Pact is inspired by the pioneering spirit of supercomputing pioneer Seymour Cray. Pact liberates computing power from monopoly, allowing everyone to participate in the AI energy revolution. Pact is built on botchain, where bot, the native token, bot enables real physical mining through a dual mining model. CA, the ecosystem token with a total supply of 210 million, carries the intrinsic value of the entire computing power economy. The protocol operates a chain-level GPU plus CPU heterogeneous compute matching mechanism at the core blockchain layer, powered by the dynamic allocation algorithm, DAA, and consensus-based proof of compute, CPC, ensuring every unit of computing power can be tokenized, validated, settled, and rewarded on-chain. Botchain pioneers the world's first DPIN plus POS dual mining public blockchain model. DPIN mining, powering decentralized real-world compute, where every device and every watt of power generates tangible value. POS, proof of stake, the governance and staking engine, empowering community-driven governance, consensus, and shared rewards. Together, they form a dual-engine dynamic. Production times growth equals sustainable power. From computing power production and task matching to revenue settlement and deflationary circulation, Pact builds a verifiable and sustainable global compute loop on botchain. Pact extends beyond protocol. It's a full-stack industrial architecture. Botchain, the energy foundation of global compute power. Pact, the global hub for computing power scheduling and value distribution. Miner, phone, U-card, empowering everyone to participate, mine, earn, and spend seamlessly. Meanwhile, Hub connects global nodes, and Fund provides computing power insurance and growth capital, ensuring the long-term stability of the ecosystem. Pact's rise is not driven by capital, but by global consensus. It has established 18 DAO core communities across Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and North America. Pact builds a global network of trust and value synergy. As a decentralized computing alliance, Pact bridges AI, blockchain, and the real economy, reshaping how the world accesses and utilizes computational energy. Driven by a unified global vision, Pact has outlined a clear growth roadmap. 2025, Q4, protocol validation and node deployment. Establish the foundational network and computing verification system. Launch the botchain computational proof and node infrastructure. 2026, hardware production and commercial activation. Mass-produce Miner devices and launch the U-card. Global node count surpasses 100,000. 2026, Q3 to Q4, standardization and ecosystem expansion. Partner with AI labs and cloud enterprises to standardize computing power supply. Release phone, the personal computing gateway. 2027, financialization and global maturity. Launch Market, the global computing power asset trading platform. Introduce staking and credit systems for computing assets. Global node count surpasses 10 million. Begin preparations for NASDAQ listing. Pact's mission is to make computing power a public energy resource for humanity. By combining real computing power times decentralized networks times community consensus, Pact builds a free, open, and sustainable global computing economy. Pact, restoring the true value of computing power. The new era of global computation has begun.
All right. What a super evening tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first English Zoom, courtesy of this time. I want to welcome you all today. My name is Julius Kabanda. I'm your host. I'm going to be your presenter tonight. And I'll be using this opportunity to break down this magnificent opportunity to all of you in the next close to 30 to 40 minutes. Try to bring a better impression of understanding that this opportunity has to everybody, and perfectly and purely, ladies and gentlemen, give you the best of understanding. Tonight, it will not be business as normal. It's going to be a unique presentation, ladies and gentlemen, that I believe is going to bring for you or bring to your understanding an insightful understanding of this opportunity that we have tonight. I don't want to take much of your time. I'll drastically and purely start right away so that I use less of your time, because I know most of you have other activities that you want to participate in. But also on the other side, I believe you would like to have an insightful understanding as why we are here and why it is key, profound, and important for us, ladies and gentlemen, across the world to be part of this life-changing opportunity. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, to be part of an opportunity that that I personally believe is going to change millions of people's lives. All right. So let me just get off rolling, and then we basically get into today's presentation. Ladies and gentlemen across the globe, welcome to tonight's call. Tonight, I want to introduce to you an opportunity that was introduced by a great gentleman. And this gentleman has a very strong and perfect history. He is called Mr. Johnson Zhao. So Johnson Zhao, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is the founder of CoinStore, like you're going to understand. He is the founder of BotChain, and he is the founder of Pact. Okay? All right. So let's get started. So let's know a little bit about Johnson Zhao. Johnson Zhao. He owns what we call a crypto exchange called CoinStore. He is not only that, ladies and gentlemen. When we look at CoinStore statistics, for over 6 years of diligent development, it has over 12 million users. Can you imagine? 12 million users. And he has been able to create and spread in over 180 countries. And he has employed over 250 employees. Can you imagine? In Singapore, CoinStore, ladies and gentlemen, has 12 financial licenses in Switzerland, Canada, Australia, and Dubai. CoinStore has a trading volume of over $300 million. I'm not saying that I want you to download this exchange. I'm not saying that I'm talking about this exchange. And when you go to CoinGecko, you'll find it in the top 7. When you go to CoinMarketCap currently, you'll find it on the top 21 exchanges. He has done global conferences with 200 events, large-scale industry, more than 20 games of large-scale exhibitions, more than 50 secret languages. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, he has done conferences across the world about his exchange called CoinStore. He also participated in Token 2049 that happens in Singapore. It also happens in Dubai and is widely known by over 3 million people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important for you and me who's here tonight to understand that being at crossroads in the industry, he decided to create blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen in the house, the blockchain industry has experienced a lot of ups and downs in the past 18 years. And the current market gains have been exhausted. The old path has become an inevitable outcome. Investing in blockchain was not his random choice. It was the only way to break through the next historical cycle. But you who's listening to me tonight, it is important for you to understand, and I have said it several times, that choosing the timing is one of the best ingredients in the crypto market space. But when we look back the development of cryptocurrency industry for over the past 18 years, ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 top sectors in the crypto market space that are valued at hundreds of billions of dollars. And the first one is what we call stable coins. Stable coins, ladies and gentlemen, stable coins have taken the market by storm. Then we talk about centralized exchanges. Then we talk about public blockchains. But now, let me dig deep into these 3 sectors, and then you find out where you are and why blockchain, and why it's key, and why it's profound. So when we talk about stable coins, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the major 2 that are dominating both in Europe, Africa, Asia, and all over the world. And number 1 is USDT and USDC. All foundational global payments are being done via these 2. And they have really created a market structure, and its market structure, ladies and gentlemen, is mature and solid. If someone, if someone decides today to create a new stable coin, their winning rate is really going to be very, very low. Their winning rate is going to be very, very low. But then, let's talk about if you go and say you want to market an exchange. You want to bring an exchange in the market. There are so many exchanges in the market today. Over 271 of them in the market. Over 271. Over 271. But all of you will agree with me that in the presence of these all exchanges that we have in the market, ladies and gentlemen, the current situation is that this market is dominated by big players that have a fierce competition. It's like a red ocean and with clear boundaries. We talk about OKX and we call them the tier 3, OKX, Binance, and Coinbase. and they have controlled and ruled the market by storm. Then when talk about public revolution series, it is the only endless game. And the core principle, ladies and gentlemen, only blockchains that can support applications, define protocols, and create ecosystems are the ones that have an endless game. Today's market, ladies and gentlemen, marketing an exchange or marketing a stable coin are no longer surrounded in mystery and are not easily disrupted. The path to public blockchains is the only way someone could become number one. That's why Mr. Johnson Zhao decided, yes, he has an exchange. Instead of him focusing on the exchange, come to an open market, a new era of our time. You who are listening to me today, you have not met an opportunity of interacting with a layer one blockchain, a blockchain that is its initial stages. Most of us, we never had a chance to interact with all of these. So a year ago, blockchain was born. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnson Zhao decided to shift from competing for existing resources, because all of us, all people today are competing for existing resources, and decided to create a new growth, and decided to move away from being a participant into the crypto market space to become a creator. So he sat down with 30 to 40 elites led by a German logarithmic engineer, Mr. Alex, and blockchain was designed, ladies and gentlemen. Blockchain has competitive advantages that are irreplaceable, with 5 major infrastructure projects, from its main network to its BDEX swap exchange, to its wallet, to its bridge, to its explorer. 5 major infrastructure projects seated on one single ecosystem. And this brings a core competitive advantage that are irreplaceable, with a new technology in the blockchain that allows people to create complex architectures in seconds, that allow people to issue tokens with just one click. And from this, he has decided to help a cluster of over 2,000 projects that very soon are going to be launching onto the blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Johnson Zhao, with partnership with different companies that we are going to see, have set aside over $50 million to build core skills and personal capital. And in September this year, the bot coin will be launched onto an exchange called OKX, and then later to Bybit, KuCoin, Mex, BitGet, and others. On coming on board, he decided to find major investors, including the Nix Foundation that is leading the technology all the way from Sweden, the Alpha Capital, a Turkey's largest venture capital fund, and Jemihad, which is the leading investment firm for Binance Alpha. Ladies and gentlemen, he has also developed the Bot Labs, which is the 50 million ecological support program that allows many developers to come on board. As we speak today, ladies and gentlemen, the system has over 40,000 plus users in just 1.5 months. And it has had transactions, a trading volume that exceeds 97,000 transactions. I may not dig deep into all the details, but I want to open up your eyes. And by the target is September this year, he has a target over 3.5 million users through the ecosystem, with over 2,000 projects to be implemented. And once this happens, his system will be generating a daily gas of over $1 million, of which 50% will be used to purchase and burn the bot coin, reducing its emissions, thus driving the price of bot higher, attracting more projects, and leading into increased gas consumptions, which further will lead the price of BOT to go high. That is the ecology of the business. I'll not dig deep into this. He has done news, conferences, events that are happening across the world, across the globe, opening up people's mind, creating awareness, and they have really created an amazing ecosystem. So with this plan, by September, he believes he could do more, and he wants the bot coin to go up to $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the new strategy is to create a public blockchain worth hundreds of billions of US dollars, which is fully on par with Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Solana. It is the largest project in Asia in 2026, one of the top 3 blockchains in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, over 2,000 projects have been launched and are planning to come onto the ecosystem that will cause the price of BOT to go higher. But to make this happen, he decided to create the first project onto his chain, known as Pact. And that's why we are here tonight. And this is a superb decentralized supercomputing protocol. And the bot ecosystem was the first standardized ecosystem to be launched and to attract the most traffic, capable of handling tens of millions of traffic conversations globally. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you the first project onto botchain, developed by the founder of botchain, and he's also the founder of Pact. And Pact is a mining model. It allows you mine CA tokens, and you can mine them using computing power, like I'm going to show you, and you can also decide to stake them for a very long lifespan of 22 years, creating a continuous growing asset base. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm welcoming you to a new economy model. A model that is unique, a model that is different, a model that is changing the approach of the crypto market space and positioning you and me into a future that is unbelievable. I just request you for 1 minute, then I share my screen again. Sorry for that. Now let me share my screen. Let's now dive into Pact. And I have spoken to many people and I've told them the end goal of all these projects is basically getting into botchain. All right. Okay. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again. And Pact is the first benchmark protocol onto botchain. And it's using what we call decentralized computing power. Okay. But before we land into Pact and dig deep into Pact, it is important for you to decide your path into the crypto market space. For the last close to 5 years of my existence into the crypto market space, my participation was participating in different schemes. And these schemes have 5 rules that I knew almost in my 4th year. Number 1, don't ask many questions, just start. Number 2, the owner has come looking for money. You have also come looking for money. Whoever gets satisfied first leaves the rest. Most importantly about these schemes, the person who has developed the scheme is not building anything. He's just looking for money as you are also looking for money. That was schemes. I lost money, not only me, but with thousands of my friends across the world. But I discovered if I want to build strong crypto wealth, jumping from one platform to another platform will not be a strategy. I must be part of a strong ecosystem that is ready to build a strong atmosphere. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing you to the chain circle. Up to today, people are still building Ethereum. Up to today, people are still building Solana. Up to today, people are still building Binance Smart Chain. And for the rest of my career, I decided to run away from schemes. Sit on a solid background, ladies and gentlemen. Build on a solid foundation where someone is building a blockchain and create an ecosystem that will forever give regular, repeated, recurring income than running from project A to project B. Having said that, I also want to remind you that public blockchains are the value pinnacle of the crypto world. Whatever we see, the BNB, the Solana, it's because a lot of projects have been built on Solana. It's because a lot of projects have been built on Binance Smart Chain. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, that makes blockchains or public blockchains the oracle of cryptocurrency. When we go back in the past, like I've said, we started with 1.0, which is Bitcoin. A public blockchain, a decentralized one of its own character, that rose up to 42 million in return. Then we went to 2.0, and that was Ethereum. This brought in smart contracts, memes, NFTs, gamify, but it had low speed and high gas fees. Then that brought in the 3.0, the BNB, the Solana, the Pact, the Uniswap. And this brought in what we call ecology ecosystems. And many projects have been built on these projects. Want to welcome you to 4.0, a public modular logarithmic network blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, that uses the magic block AI. And the magic block AI allows creation of projects within limited period of time. It makes coding and auto debug very easy and makes fast programming fast, meaning that many developers are going to find it much more easy to build many projects onto the botchain network. So botchain has a circulating supply of 150 million tokens, all coins, sorry, and the only way these can be got, ladies and gentlemen, is through the mining protocol and the staking protocol, like we are going to see. But to access these bot coins, if you don't have the mining machine, you can also access them through the first ecosystem onto the bot chain known as Pact. Pact is the first ecosystem protocol onto the bot chain designed to tokenize, meaning getting tokens into the market, verify them, and buy and sell them with the physical computing power, your phone, your PC as the major device. So how do you get started? You own a digital machine. You buy what we call hash rate. Then you activate it once, and every single day, you make an income. So how is this money designed to come to you? It is mathematically calculated, no glitches, no empty promises, no future promises, but in real time. 210 million tokens were created, ladies and gentlemen. 10 million was put into the liquidity pool. 10 million is the liquidity pool. 200 million is what we are going to earn. And we're going to be earning these tokens, ladies and gentlemen, in 4 different ways. Number 1, buying hash rate. $1 is equal to 1 hash rate. But as we speak today, the minimum start is $100. Like I'm going to talk about it, but let's first discuss this. So every day on the 200 million tokens, 40,000 tokens are brought in the market. 42% of this, ladies and gentlemen, is mined through using computing power. And that gives us 16,800 tokens. 18% of that is through proof of stake. So the coins you mine here, you'll be able to stake them. That's around 7,200 tokens. 35% is for team builders. They don't pay you on anybody's money. The tokens are already set. And 35% is 14,000 tokens. The 3% is for the DAO. Like you will see, once you rank up high, you can participate in the DAO. And the 2% is for the foundation. So let's just dig deep into how the whole blockchain and the whole protocol works for easy understanding. So you can get started with only $100, and you are going to be mining CA tokens every single day, 7:30 a.m. East Africa Standard Time. So every day at 7:30 a.m. East Africa Standard Time, you will be getting what we call CA tokens. And once you earn them, like I'm going to show you, every day you'll be able to withdraw them. And the only way you can turn them to USDT or turn them to cash, one, when you withdraw, you can decide to withdraw them or stake them. So when you stake them, you will earn more CA. So once you earn the CA, you can withdraw or you can stake. When you withdraw, you cannot stake. So you have a choice before you withdraw. Once you withdraw, you now continue with this process. Once you stake, you will earn more CA. Let's focus on withdraw, ladies and gentlemen. To withdraw, you will be able to turn your CA into the bot coin. And the bot coin already has its own USDT known as the USDT on the bot chain. And once you turn your bot coin, once you turn your CA into bot coin, now you'll be able to turn bot coins into USDT, and then you bridge it to Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum as you like. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 4 income streams. You have 4 income streams. You have the static mining that gives you the ability to use your hash rate to earn more CA. And you have the static staking that the CA you earn here, you can stake it and continue to make a passive income. But also vis-a-vis, you can also enjoy what we call active income by building a community of people who are mining with you and staking with you at the same time. Having given you that clue, now allow me take you to my back office because of time. How many are still following? Let me know in the chat. How many are still following? How many are understanding? Yes, yes. Give me a one in the chat. I now want to take you to my back office so that we see if what I've been talking about is practical and exists in the crypto market space. Thank you so much. All right, so let me log into my account.
Extend call here in front.
Okay. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay. So let me log into my account. All right. Okay. A minute. I don't know who's calling me. Just a minute. Just a minute. All right. So let me share my screen. Then we jump into my account very fast. Sorry for that. Okay. So for you to get started, the person who invited you will give you a link. You'll be able to buy a minimum of $100, but you can also buy 110, 103, 101, 205, any amount as long as it is above $100. Okay, so you can buy 101. So any amount as long as it's above $100. So the minimum is just $100. So once you put in $100 now, you'll get 201 hash rate. The reason is simple. The business has been around for the last 50 days now. So you'll getting more hash rate because people have been earning without you. So it is a role to compensate you so that you earn like they have earned. So every single day at 7:30 a.m., you receive CA. Like you see, if I check mine here, every day I've been receiving my CA tokens. And you can see only in mining, I have collected over 30 coins. Okay, over 30 coins. And when we tap here, and then we go in the mining data, we see that the price of CA has risen today to a stable price of 29.2. And I wanted to tell all the people who have started the business the trick I'm going to tell it to you today. So 30 times 29.2 is $876. Now, the trick is here. Increase your hash rate. Increase your hash rate. Because when I started personally, the total hash rate in the whole world was 47 million. Today, it is 87 million. In the next 3 months from now, it will be in hundreds of millions of hash rate. So what will you do? Buy hash rate now, collect your CA. When you collect your CA, when we tap here, there is an area of proof of stake. Collect your CA, come and stake your CA. For example, I have so far staked and collected over 102 CA. I have eaten the 20, but the 102 are here. So what am I saying? Collect your CA. Collect your CA. Stake your CA. As more people come on board, buying more hash rate, the price of CA will go higher as more people buy more hash rate. So once it doubles, maybe it goes to $100 in 3 months, collect for around 3 months. Now you'll be able to sell your CA. Imagine now I have 102. If CA goes to $100, I will sell, and I will have $10,200. But by the time I've been collecting this CA, it has been at $28. I will have made close to over $7,200 plus. And that's how you grow your income. In the past experience of cryptocurrency, people have only been trading and hodling, just believing for magic to happen. We are now introducing a new approach in the crypto market space where we are creating the value and benefiting from the value right away. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I started, I understood the art, and I've been able to collect over 102 plus, both in staking and sharing the business, plus the 20 I withdrew, which is 122 tokens. My 122 tokens at the current price of 29.2, it gives me $3,562. I still have my hash rate. So this is pure profit because my hash rate is around $2,500. If I multiply this, my local currency of 3,700 is over 13 million. But I'm not taking away my 13 million. I'm locking these tokens into the staking protocol. As more people come in, the hash rate will go rise. And when CA gets to $100 there, I will sell. And ladies and gentlemen, I will still have my hash rate generating for me CA for the next 22 years. And I'll turn this into liquid cash of over $37 million. I'm just opening your eyes. But remember, here you even have the power to swap. You can swap your CA to BOT. Imagine if BOT gets to, let me say, $500, and I swap my 100, look here, my 100 CA are equivalent to 295 BOT. My 100 CA now is equivalent to 295 BOT. Meaning that if I keep my BOT 295, he says by September to listen to OKX. Let me say this coin quadruples because many projects are coming, 2,000 plus projects. Okay, it gets to 500. Ladies and gentlemen, I will have $147,000. These are facts. These are not programmers of cryptocurrency belief. This is where development and creativity is happening on the blockchain, and rise of price is inevitable. I don't know where you are with your decisions right now, because I want to warn you, there is never lack of opportunity, but there is always failure for many people to recognize opportunity. I shall talk about my story in 2021 when a friend of mine introduced me to AI, artificial intelligence technology. By then, nobody recognized its power. Zooms were empty to 1 to 3 people. But when we kept on pushing the business, 1 year down the road, numbers started growing. 2 years down the road, people started believing. 3 years down the road, people trusted the process. And I made money that I will never discuss with anybody across the world. It is the same moment right now. Today, there are so many AI robots in the market. The market is already circulated with those AI, and there is no life-changing income. The income people are talking about is just an income, ladies and gentlemen, that buys them survival. The question that I want to ask you today as I close my training, why are you into the crypto market space? Are you here to generate generational income, or you are here to pay your bills and die? If you are here for generation income, here comes a second opportunity of your time to participate into a layer one blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, at early stage through Pact. You have a choice to play and wander with opportunity, or rise with thunder with opportunity and get yourself to another level. I want to welcome you to the future of cryptocurrency. I want to welcome you to blockchain technology. I want to wish you all the best in taking your decisions. You return back the person who invited you and ask them how you get started. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to wish you all the best. I see Dr. Waho already wants to say something, but to me, that ends my presentation. See you tomorrow, every single day, until everybody understands the power of both chain and Pact. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. What a presentation machine. It's like you were being pumped up and you were gaining momentum. It's like we can say to you, carry on, go on, don't stop. Thank you, guys. Let's give him some emojis, some hearts, some sevens and ones. Thank you very much, my leader. This was great. And I love the intro. By showing us the father and the mother of Pact bot chain. So we will love that PDF if you can share with us. So the intro, we should always, ladies and gentlemen, leaders here, don't just concentrate on Pact where we are mining. Show people where Pact is onboarded bot chain, and in June, like he said, we will be mining the token bot as well as we are mining CA Pact. So without any further ado, let me just thank my brother and ask him, is the training tomorrow in the morning on the 10 a.m. so that our leaders can promote it?
Yes, sure.
Wonderful. So tomorrow 10 a.m., please, leaders who are here, make sure that you get your leaders. Let us come to learn before we end, or we learn as we end. And then tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Southern Africa time and 9 p.m. East Africa time, we will be doing this full business presentation. We are going to move like this until we get to Bangkok, and we will surprise you when we are in Bangkok by even giving you some special updates when we are there. And let us all go to the top where we belong, because the bottom is crowded. Thank you very much, my brother Julius.
Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow in members training. Love you all, and good night.